Sunday, July 20th is the Lion Channel. I'm John, day 80 of my manifesting journey. A couple things I want to talk about first. Some comments are being posted that aren't showing up, and I feel like I figured out that issue. It seems like the comments were starting to be held. I had removed a comment last week that somebody was trying to spam a book. And so I removed the comment, and I guess YouTube got a little touchy now with the comments that are posted on my channel. And so Marley, you had a comment that I had to approve. It was being held for approval. And Brent, you had two that were being held for approval, but I have approved them, so they should be showing up now. And I've also replied to them. Brent, you were talking about in one of your comments a mirror technique that you're trying. If that's winds up being beneficial and something that would help people by sharing it here, let me know. And I'm all for that. All right. We're all one here, and the ideas don't have to come from me. Anyone who's watching this, not just Brent, anyone who's watching this, if you have something that you feel like could make these videos better, could make this channel better, share it. Let me know about it. Okay. I just thought about, I just created a playlist. All right. I was, somebody had said something to me about they wanted to watch my channels or my videos like from day one. And it's kind of like a pain in the butt to keep having to go back to the channel and watch them in sequence. So I created a playlist today when I got home. And so now I'm going to share the playlist in the description of each video so that you can just click on the playlist and it'll start playing from day one straight through. And it's just like, boom, right after day one will be day two, day three. I was really happy with that. And YouTube makes it so easy to do something like that. I thought it was going to be more time consuming than it was, but it probably took me about 30 minutes and good to go. All right. So if that interests you, like I said, I'll pin it in the description. All right. So just got back. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, collared shirt. This is normally don't wear collared shirts, but I had my nephew's baptism today, and it was a great time. Normally, not normally, but in the past, 3 months ago, let's just say probably, I guess it's like 4 months ago now, I would be dreading something like this. And it's like, even going back to, being at my dad's shore house the last 3 days, I would have been dreading that. This would have been like a gauntlet for me, like mentally, I'm telling you. Like I would have just been, this would have been something that I'd be looking at like, oh man, I just got to get through like these next 4 days. That's where I was mentally. Okay. And you're talking about going down my father's shore house. That should be fun. That should be something that you're looking forward to. And now I was. And so I had a great time. And the same thing with today. I was looking forward to this. I would have never been looking forward to something like this before. But I was today. And so, it's my brother's, it's my nephew. And so it's my brother and the after party was at my brother's wife. I guess she's my sister-in-law. Wow. That just dawned on me. So my sister-in-law's parents' house. And so her family was there. Our family was there. And normally in a situation like that, I would be like, since it's, I don't really know these people that well, it would be a little like awkward. I'd be a little timid. I'd probably be looking for like a safe spot to just kind of just sit somewhere and then wait for like people to come over and talk to me. But that's not who I am anymore. I was in the house walking around like it was my house. Yeah, I was having conversations. I was just mingling with people. I had a great conversation with my dad. I spent time, 20, 25 minutes. Then I had a great conversation with my mom where I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then, sat and conversed with my brothers and sisters, hung out, and it was just a great time. And I would have to say, like, to say something like this, where not just my dad, okay, having a great time there and then having a great time in an experience in a situation like this, I would say probably the last 25 years, I've maybe said that 3 or 4 times total. And I feel like I've said it at least 3 or 4 times since I've started making these videos in terms of hanging out with my family and having a totally different experience. All right. So, again, this is not magic. This isn't willpower. This isn't like I'm 48 years old and I'm finally just, that's a magic number. Like I'm finally like growing up and it just happened. This is all related, directly related to falling asleep in the wish fulfilled, falling asleep in a different state of consciousness. That's what this is. And so my conversation with my mom, speaking about the wish fulfilled, and for some reason, I don't know why, I don't feel like I've mentioned this or talked about this a lot, maybe even not at all. Maybe I've mentioned it before, but not really like stressed it. And my mom, and this came up, my mom said she watches my videos, and she had watched a video from somebody else. And they were going over talking about the wish fulfilled and how to do it so so you hit it, like going through all the steps. And that was the video. Maybe I got to make a video like that. But I feel like I haven't really talked about this one key step. And so she said when she was falling asleep in the wish fulfilled, what her interpretation of falling asleep in the wish fulfilled is that she was just kind of creating a movie that she would like add chapters to or more scenes to every single night. And so she lays down in bed and then she'll just create this lengthy movie where actually what you want to do is you want to have a 15 to 20 second, 15 to 20 second clip that you play on loop over and over and over again. Like my wish is financial freedom. So my clip that I play is that I'm outside at my pool at my and you want to play it from the end too. So if you're financial freedom, just listen to this, okay? I'm outside at my pool at my house, my $10 million house. It's a beautiful day. I'm laying by my pool. 2 people walk up to me and they congratulate me on my success. That's basically it. I add like little changes, I make the scene more specific every single night. Sometimes I'll add something subtle, but it's just 15, 20 seconds. And then I replay it. And once I get to the end of the scene and they congratulate me, I start from the scene again. It's just me at the pool, laying, there's my house. 2 people walk up, they're walking up to me, shake their hands, they congratulate me, talk about the house. It's just really quick. Thank you. I appreciate that. Boom. Scene plays again. And it's just on repeat every single night. I just loop it until I fall asleep. Okay. And that's a big piece. Okay. And I haven't really stressed that here. Hopefully, most of the people who are watching these videos already knew that and you were already doing that. But if you weren't, the good news is that this is going to be an absolute game changer. Okay, because as soon as you start looping this and feeling that pleasure, and that's the other thing, the feeling. Okay, the pleasurable feeling. If it's an excited feeling and it's keeping you awake to where you can't go to sleep, you're thinking of it. Okay, so you would be in the movie theater actually watching the movie. You're watching the movie at that point. That's not thinking from, that's thinking of. When you're thinking from, you're actually in the movie. Okay, and you're an actor in the movie. And you should feel like it's you that has it and you have it. And it would be, at that point, it would be a pleasurable, it should be a calm, pleasurable feeling. And that's when you know that you're thinking from. It's very important, okay? So 15 to 20-second clip, and then also thinking from, and then thinking from the end, okay? You've already had whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever your wish fulfilled is, you've had it for months, 6 months, a year. Like it's kind of old news to you, okay? That is the state that you want to fall asleep in. And as soon as tomorrow, again, you're going to start to feel some internal changes. That's what happened to me. That's what's happening with some people in the Lion's Den. All right. Speaking of the Lion's Den, let's see. Kate and Brent have posted. I know that Marley's going to post, and I know that Mindy will eventually post. And then there was also Rad Radicals. I'm going to mention you one more time. I know you said today I am non-negotiable. That was a couple days ago. All right. I'm not sure how many of my videos you've watched, but here is the thing. If you are falling asleep and seeing yourself and acting as if you are non-negotiable, then you will become non-negotiable. All right. But I just want to make sure we understand each other. You can't just say, and I talked about this in yesterday's video, willpower is not going to change anything. Okay, we can't just say like, this is the day. Today I'm non-negotiable. I've never been non-negotiable before, but this is it. I'm doing it this time. That's fine. You can do it, but you're not going to be able to do it unless you're falling asleep in a different state of consciousness. In that state of consciousness, acting as if you already are non-negotiable or whatever you want to become. Okay, factor that, put that in your scene. Feel that feeling of you being non-negotiable, and it'll just start to happen. But it's not going to happen with willpower. It has to be falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. All right. I think that's everything. One more thing. In the conversation with my mom, she brought up how she, like I said, she watches my videos. So she was talking about the avatar idea that I have, that I use all the time. And I talked about it yesterday, like the video game, where everything is just kind of like happening for you. Every moment is for you, and you're in a video game and you're the only real person. Everything else is just for you. And so she basically suggested that I make a video every week, like once a week, covering the techniques so they stay fresh, like the 6-minute God and the walking meditation, and just talking about those things and just nailing them in and keeping them fresh. Because she said she liked the avatar, and I talk about this also, and she started doing it, and then she forgets about it. until she sees another video or hears me mention it again, and she goes, "Oh, I wanted to do that." So I'm going to start making I'm going to do it tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow's video will be just going over techniques, going over these techniques that I've already talked about, and going over the new techniques that I've recently added in that are making changes. Okay, I can feel, like I said, I I can almost like feel and like taste the changes as they're happening now. It's wild and it's hard to explain. It's like I talked about yesterday with Neo in the Matrix, and like I haven't done any of these techniques yet today. I didn't wake up early enough to give myself time, and we were out early at the baptism, so I'm going to do them all tonight. But that just goes to show, like, when you're doing them consistently over and over and over again, it just becomes you. And even if your day is kind of flipped on its head, where normally I do the techniques early and now I'm doing them at night, I'm still able to have a great day. And eventually, David even says this, like, you're not even going to have to do techniques. Okay, techniques are just, these are just kind of in the beginning until you really start instilling that new you, and then you're not going to have to spend as much time on the techniques. But at the beginning, that's where you're gradually changing, and the techniques help to keep your energy levels up. And so at night, you can fall asleep in the wish fulfilled a lot easier. All right, so that's what tomorrow's video is going to be about. Mom, thank you for that suggestion. I appreciate it. And like I said, it's all about helping people and making this community better. All right, so if you have any suggestions, if you're watching these videos and you're like, oh, it would be cool if he did this, or it'd be cool if he did that, or let me say this, totally open. Okay, we're all one. The ideas don't have to come from me. If you suggest an idea and I like it and it resonates and I feel like it can help people, I'm going to share it here. All right, so that's it for today. I love you all. Day 81 tomorrow. Enjoy your Sunday night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.